Tonight, regrettable but necessary next steps. Why almost 4 dozen elected council members might be out of a job soon. And a combined $3.6 million poured into upgrading Thomas Street in Broken Hill and Racecourse Road in Menindee.
From our 7 Spencer Gulf Studios, your nightly news with Madeline Kerr begins now.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. First tonight, dozens of councillors, including 4 South Australian mayors, are yet to lodge their campaign returns to the Electoral Commissioner in the wake of the local government elections. Minister for Local Government and Port Pirie Local, Jeff Brock, says the positions of all 46 council members will become vacant if they don't lodge the proper forms. Mr Brock says he's disappointed that so many of the elected members have failed to do so, despite being asked not once or twice, but 12 times. Shadow Minister for Local Government Sam Telfer disputes this claim, saying some regional councillors didn't receive a notification, or if they did, they were notified the day they were due. Mr Telfer added that Mr Brock took his hands off the wheel, but admits the Electoral Commission is also to blame for the situation. Lodging a campaign return requires an elected member to document and submit any gift they received during the campaign, above $500. This requirement comes under the Local Government Elections Act of 1999 and ensures that constituents are aware of gifts their members have received and who provided them. 2 teenage girls will face court after allegedly attempting to break into a car in Wailonori. Police were called to an address early yesterday morning at around 3:45 a.m. After reports came in, a group of teens were breaking into a car. 2 of the alleged culprits were apprehended. The girls, aged 15 and 17, were charged with alleged illegal interference of a motor vehicle and being unlawfully on premises. Both girls have been bailed to appear at the Whyalla Youth Court on the 15th of March. Drivers can once again look forward to cruising along safer and smoother roads in the Far West, with 14 communities named in the Fixing Local Roads program. Millions of dollars has been allocated to the Barwon electorate, with Broken Hill and Menindee winning out.
Dozens of projects are set to begin in regional New South Wales when the program rolls out across the state. The Minister for Roads and Regional Transport happy to make the announcement.
This is all about supporting the roads that locals in our regional communities use every day.
Broken Hill City Council has been awarded $1.3 million to rehabilitate and maintain Thomas Street, while the Central Darling Shire Council has pocketed $2.3 million to seal and reseal parts of Racecourse Road in Menindee. It's part of the $500 million Safer Local Roads program.
To deliver $500 million to local councils across the state for their local roads, the roads they use every day.
Having a safer road network will positively impact our freight drivers as well as families travelling on road trips, with projects scattered across the state.
With this 78 projects being rolled out from today, we now have 577 road projects across regional New South Wales that have either been started, finished, or are in the pipeline.
Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Defaces in Whyalla provides drama, dance and visual art classes for the city's youth. And now it's ramping up for another exciting year ahead. With a new face at the helm, the group is calling on those with an artistic flair to join in.
Steering Defaces through a busy year ahead. Whylla's Youth Arts Centre has appointed Michael Hughes as its new creative director.
The arts is so crucial in building confidence and creativity and just learning to express yourself, and I think it's really important, the services that we offer, and also a bit of a safe space for people who don't feel like they quite fit in Whyalla to find their tribe.
Joining the group at 13, Michael is an alumni of Defaces and is now passionate about creating fulfilling art experiences for the next generation of young people.
We've got a huge program of core classes this year. So we have a drama stream which has multiple lines in it. We have junior drama, senior drama and a performance troupe that all meet on Mondays at different times. On Tuesdays we have dance classes. On Wednesday nights we have our circus group. They do lots of aerial skills, clowning tricks, developing clown characters, which is always a really popular class and really fun. And then on Thursdays and Fridays we have our visual arts streams.
The Youth Centre will also continue prepping teenagers for the future, with Saturday nights cooking and life skills classes also in the lineup.
I encourage everyone to participate in the arts. So our age range is for young people from 5 to 25.
The group encourages those interested in joining to keep up to date via their social media pages. Edwin McCarroll, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Still to come tonight, meet Port Broughton's new police officer with a passion for reducing crime in the regions. And the power of words, the evidence-backed campaign coming to Whyalla, helping young children thrive through reading, talking and singing. Welcome back. It's not uncommon for regional, rural or remote towns to have just the one police officer. Brevet Sergeant Reese Pye has taken on the mammoth task of officer in charge at Port Broughton. With road safety one of his big passions, the newly appointed officer is trying to stop hoons in their tracks.
Hooning under the cover of darkness. Officers were called to Ellen Street in Port Pirie this morning after reports of a man doing burnouts in the dark with his headlights off. As a result, a 50-year-old man from Warner Town was reported for misuse of a motor vehicle and will appear in court at a later date. It's this kind of behaviour that Brevet Sergeant Reese Pye is most concerned about. Now, after 9 years in the force, he's cracking down on bad behaviour in the mid-north.
So obviously road safety is a big issue around Port Broughton, drink driving, country, and then there's some drug issues and some antisocial behaviour.
Reese is already highly regarded in the community, with many residents saying they've noticed a huge crackdown on drugs and hoon driving in the area.
I spent about 6 years in the CBD, Adelaide and north-eastern suburbs, before making the move to a small station on the Eyre Peninsula. I was there for about 2.5 years before making the move to Port Broughton.
Reese enjoys the country lifestyle, but it's not always as laid back as some might think, especially with the horror start to the year on country roads. If you ever need someone to chat to or have any concerns, Reese says his door is always open.
Feel free to flag me down, ring me up, ask me any questions you want. I'm always around.
Annabelle Francis, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
An upcoming program is looking to show Whyalla parents and caregivers how simple interactions can quite literally grow their children's brain early in life. After a successful launch in Mount Gambier, organisers are encouraging guardians to register for the story and music-focused sessions.
Developing the minds of local kids. Whyalla is one of the 2 cities that have been chosen to roll out the new Words Grow Minds campaign at its public library. The series of community sessions aim to equip families with the games and activities that will boost a child's development. The campaign is built on research that shows how simple interactions in a child's formative years lead to better performance once they reach school.
It's been put together by Kate Ellis, the former federal minister, and it's to tackle, early development of children's brains.
The campaign aims to reverse the upwards trend of nearly 1 in 4 South Australian children starting school developmentally vulnerable.
Once a child gets to kindy, they sort of want them to have, basic social skills or, just be able to interact with other children.
The program will kick off next Thursday with a launch event for families at the Whyalla Public Library, where parents can learn skills and be guided by industry professionals.
And it's just simple things that people have probably forgotten over time to interact with their child. It's how can you grow their skills, their awareness, simple things like singing to your child, reading daily to them.
Parents can register for the event via the library's Facebook page. Edwin McCarroll, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us after the break. 7 schools across the Spencer Gulf to benefit from an in-house mental health expert as part of a statewide rollout. And organisers of Broken Hill's Perfect Light Film Festival thrilled to be back at Sturt Park. Welcome back. 7 schools across the Spencer Gulf will be allocated a specialist mental health practitioner as part of an election commitment by the Malinauskas government. The school mental health service will support young people with mild to moderate and emerging mental health concerns. Minister for Education, Training and Skills, Blair Boyer, released the full list this morning and includes Clare High School, John Perry Secondary School, Kadina Memorial School, Moonta Area School, Port Augusta Secondary School, Port Lincoln High School and Whyalla Secondary College. The service aims to fill gaps in the services, making them more accessible and allow specialists to intervene early. The Perfect Light Film Festival is set to return to the outdoors this year as organisers pencil in the weekend of March 24 to 26. A $1,000 cash prize is up for grabs for the best short film, as well as plenty of prizes for the punters.
Lights, camera, action. The festival returning to where it all began, in Sturt Park after 2 years at the Civic Centre.
We always imagined this as an outdoor festival. It just has a carnival atmosphere that's hard to beat. So we're thrilled to be back at Sturt Park and we're hoping for a big crowd this year.
Something different this year, there will be some entertainment from a military band that is well known in the Riverina.
We're very excited to have the Kapuka Military Band, the Australian Army Military Band. They play rock and roll, they play swing, they play all kinds of classics and of course some anthems as well. So we're really excited to have them come along and play.
The first celebrity judge has been picked. People will know this starlet from her time on Neighbours. An announcement on the other 2 judges will be made soon.
We're super excited to just announce our first judge is locked in, Madeline West. So people will know Madeline from her time on Neighbours and other shows. So yeah, she's got a big big resume.
Organisers are still on the hunt for some food vendors for the night as well.
There's still room for food and market stalls, and we're anxious to hear from local providers and artisans. We're particularly interested in food stalls or unique local craft offerings.
Entries for the short films close next Friday. Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Broken Hill's first Rhyme Time of the year was a special one. Library staff, along with children and parents and guardians, went along to the Harold Williams home. It was a nice surprise for the residents, with smiles all round. The event caps off Seniors Week, which had the theme of Let's Celebrate Together. The visit was such a hit, there's talk of doing it all again at a later date. But for now, the regular Rhyme Time program will return to the library from next week. Stay with us after the break. Our cricket experts reveal their tips for the weekend, why North Whyalla will be keen to make a comeback, and what's in store for the weekend. We'll have the weather details with Alex Sykes. Welcome back to 7 Spencer Gulf News this Friday. In round 12 of the Port Lincoln Cricket Association, top of the table Southern Air face second on the ladder Charlton at Centenary from 12:30 tomorrow. The other game is at Ravensdale when Todd River clash with Waybacks. Tasman has the bye. And in Port Augusta this weekend, it's round 9. Top tier team Corn are coming off a win, as are South Augusta. So we'll see how that plays out at Etsa tomorrow. West Augusta take on Centrals at Chinnery Park, also at 12:30. And with that, here's the rest of our cricket tips from our experts.
The West Juggernaut looks like continuing to roll this weekend in Broken Hill cricket. West seem to find a way to win, whether it be pretty narrow, but they continue to win with quite a few of their top players out the side each week. They take on Central here at the Jubilee Oval on Saturday, and I think they may hold too many batting cards for the Central side. Central showing glimpses of good form through the season, but they've been few and far between, and I think the West batsmen should be able to record a comfortable win for their side on Saturday. In the other game, North take on South. North have had the wood over the Southerners all season. I can't see that changing. South struggling to make runs over 100, and they'd need at least 120 to be competitive in this game. And I think North should prove too strong and gain a little bit of confidence coming into the major round.
Hello and welcome to round 14 of Port Pirie Cricket. With just 2 minor rounds remaining and 3 sides locked on the same points, we're in for a huge finish. This round sees Wandera set to face Props here at Memorial Oval from 10:30. Props are sitting pretty on top with their finals position guaranteed. Wandera have been hot and cold all year and will need to be at their best against the Props side that have made winning a habit. I'm tipping Props. At Port Oval, at Southport we meet Port Germain. Southport were disappointing last week, going down to Props in a game they probably should have won, while Port Germain will be confident after a good win over Wandera. I'm tipping Port Germain.
Hello and welcome to Whyalla Cricket for this week. This week we see 2 games, one on Friday night between North Whyalla and Central Whyalla. Another great game on the cards. I think Central Whyalla will have a fair few back in, and I think North Whyalla are really going to be one to come back with a big bang. But I think Central Whyalla are going to get the chocolates in this one. They're definitely due. In Sunday's game, North Whyalla are back again and they're playing Rupina. They played last weekend and Rupina did a big number on them. I think it's going to be another close game, but I'm going to tip North Whyalla to fight back with a few key ins.
We'll see how those predictions play out on Monday's bulletin. But it's time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather with Alex Sykes. Alex, if you like hot and windy conditions, Broken Hill was the perfect place to be today.
Indeed it was, Maddie. The peak gust was recorded at 1:18 this afternoon when 63 km/h winds battered the Silver City. The mercury officially reached 40.3 degrees an hour later at 2:15, but interestingly, the wind chill made it feel more like 30 degrees. Port Augusta was warm today as well, recording a touch under 38 at 4:10. A fair bit cooler in Whyalla. It was 26 degrees just after 3 p.m. and Port Pirie recorded 31.7, rounded up to 32 on your screen. Looking more broadly at today's weather map now, as I mentioned a little earlier, it got to 41 degrees in Broken Hill today, 39 in Cooper Pedy, 30 in Woodna, Port Lincoln reached 25. Taking a look at the satellite image now, a low pressure system southeast of Kangaroo Island will continue to move east to be in the Tasman Sea tomorrow. A ridge of high pressure will extend across waters to the south over the weekend. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Westerly winds 15 to 20 knots, turning south to southwesterly in the late morning and early afternoon. Seas between 1 and 1.5 metres and south to southwesterly swell below a metre. Between 16 and 25 degrees in Port Lincoln, partly cloudy conditions tomorrow, 29 in Cleve, down to 15 tonight. Woodna will be mostly sunny and 32 degrees. Whyalla mostly sunny on Saturday and a top of 27. Port Augusta 32, sunny conditions there. Cloud clearing around Kadina and 28. It'll be a top of 29 degrees in both Port Pirie and Clare tomorrow. Broken Hill, a sunny top of 36 degrees. Taking a look further through the week now, starting with Sunday's forecast, 40 degrees in Cooper Pedy, 29 in Port Augusta and Port Pirie, sunny in Kadina 27. Port Lincoln will be partly cloudy and 22 degrees. Moving on to Monday's outlook now, sunny conditions for the middle part of our map. Temps between 26 and 31 in Woodna, Whyalla, Port Pirie and Kadina. Blue skies in Broken Hill as well, 29. 29 in Port Augusta, but with some cloud coverage. 37 up in Cooper Pedy. Turning to Tuesday's weather map now, and it's looking positively summery. Sunny conditions everywhere except for Port Lincoln, 28 in Whyalla and Adelaide, 33 in Woodna, 32 in Port Augusta. Port Pirie will be 1 degree warmer than Broken Hill. And just quickly, Maddie, the Bureau has updated its heatwave warning. Low-intensity heatwave conditions are current for the northwest pastoral area. Nowhere else at this stage. I hope you have a great weekend, Maddie. It's back to you.
You too, Alex. Thank you. And that's the local news this Friday. I'm Madeline Kerr. From all of us here, thanks for joining us. I'll have updates a little later, but until then, enjoy your evening. I'll see you Monday. Good night.